And welcome back to Red Card. I'm your host, Anthony Totera. Stay tuned. In about 30 minutes or a little bit less than that, we'll go to Houston to talk with Houston Dynamo defender Jalil Anibaba, getting ready to take on the Seattle Sounders in that first leg in Houston. But right now, a guy that it seems like everywhere he lands, he wins and he gets success. Joining us right now, a proud Canadian and the head coach of the defunct San Francisco Deltas, Marc Dos Santos. Marc, congratulations and welcome.
Thank you, Anthony. How are you?
Very good. It's great to have you on. Unfortunate news we just heard a couple hours ago about the team no longer existing, but what a way to end it in that first year with that championship win over the New York Cosmos. Let's talk about it, Marc. I watched it. I got to tell you, it was chippy, it was dirty, it was physical. What did you say to the boys at halftime to calm them down and focus?
I didn't tell them to come to nothing to calm them down. I wanted to go all the way in. Not every time we have an opportunity to play a final, and you can't have regrets. At the end of the day, in games like that, you have to give everything you have. We had a very difficult season when it comes to the stability of the club and the comfort in the club, but we never let go, and when we fought, we worked hard throughout all season. We were very regular in what we did, and winning the semifinal and playing the final home against the New York Cosmos, there was no way that we would just show up in a relaxed way to play a final. The guys went with everything they had, and that's what we asked from them.
I mean, that back line really stood tall, Marc. I mean, Nana Atakora, I couldn't be happier for the young man, what he's gone through in his life, and the way he played that final was just remarkable to see him bounce back from a real up-and-down season as well. Carl Wimet, Maxime Tissot, Kyle Becker, we can go on and on. It looked like these players took on the swagger, the attitude, the confidence of their coach. Talk about how everyone gelled together, how everyone played for one another, as you said.
Yes, that's what we had in the locker room from day one. There was no ego in the locker room. Nobody thought they were bigger than any other player. If you look at the list of the top scorers in the NASL or the players with more assists, you rarely see names of San Francisco Deltas players. This means that the collective was always the number one thing in our team. We didn't have stars. The team was the star, and anybody that would play when there was an injury or a card would answer in a very strong way. So at the end of the day, I think that's what our team was all about. It wasn't about individual, it was about a collective, and that's what we had all season going for us. We had to stick together, Anthony. We're the team that traveled the most in North American soccer, and we only lost one road game out of 16. So it proves and it shows how the guys work together to give their best and to get points in every game.
Marc, I know what you bring to the table. Many people up here in Canada know what you bring to the table. You're a tactician. You're a student of the game. You continuously learn and you continuously want to get better. We know that, and that's why people respect you. But you also had to play psychologist this year, as you said, to travel. Not only that, let's be honest. Now we hear the team is no longer in San Francisco. It's gone. How did you get the players to block that out? How did you get the players to focus entirely on 90 minutes each game, each week, week in and week out?
Well, when we started hearing first rumors about that, it wasn't comfortable in the locker room. There was a lot of doubt, and the first thing I told the guys, and we worked out together, was the only way that we would grow as coaches and grow as players and get more and more opportunities in our careers for us and for our families was to win together. So actually, when those rumors started to come out, it created a little bit of a revolt in our locker room in a good way and in a good sense. And we said, now that this is happening, or there's a chance of this is happening, let's go all the way, give everything we have, and try to win the league. And I think that's what we saw on Sunday. We saw an incredibly, like you said, not the nicest of games, very chippy, very physical, but the team that wanted the most and the team that had more that need of winning the game is the one that won.
Mark, when I think of a leader, I think of Tommy Heineman. Here's a guy that all he does is win, never complains, always smiles, always gives glory to God, always gives everything he's got. And I look at this guy as, when he hangs him up, as the unbelievable coach that he'll be, whether with kids or with pros. I believe this guy here is so important for the game, wherever he's going to end up. What a person, what a player. Talk about him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. First, he's an incredible man. He never cheats. He works extremely hard in training. He works very hard in the games. He has his limitations, but because his passion is so big, he's able to compensate all the time and be important for the team. He's the team's first defender, so he's not all about trying to score. He comes back on set plays, and he has an important role when we defend set plays. He's all about the team. And like you said, I think that, look, Tommy was with me in Ottawa. Because I know the person above everything, I brought him to San Francisco. And I'll tell you this, you said it right, Tommy one day is going to be an excellent coach, especially with the younger kids. You know, he's an excellent teacher. He has an incredible passion, and it was very important for the team.
It's got to be hard, Mark, especially for those supporters, the ones that did come and support you throughout the season, and the way that they celebrated with you at the end of that final whistle. You got to feel for some of those people that really believed in you and your club, saw that result, and now you're gone. Talk about those supporters.
It's sad. It's very, very sad. I think our story is worth of a documentary. What happened in San Francisco in 2017 in soccer is worth of maybe 30, that ESPN show that they have, something like that, because it's unique. You're talking about a team that was built 11 months ago, players put together. We tried to choose the best one with the best mentalities and the best character. Then in 11 months, we bring an expansion team to an NASL championship, beating the historical Cosmos in the final. It's worth of a documentary, and to see how the fan base was growing and the fans were starting to come and believing. I think it takes time to build soccer in a market, but unfortunately, you know, people have to move on. And this is a story that I'll never forget, and it's just actually incredible.
Marc, just before we let you go, we really appreciate your time. Obviously, first and foremost, now that the season is over, you want to take time with your family. Enjoy them. Get to know them again, since you've missed a lot of time away from them. Reconnect and enjoy some of the holidays. But once that's all said and done, I believe, many believe, you need the next challenge, the biggest challenge, whether it's MLS, whether it's Europe, South America. What's in store for you? What do you have in your soul, in your mind, as a desire for the next stepping stone for Marc Dos Santos in his life?
Look, Anthony, it doesn't matter really what I desire, because at the end of the day, it's a little bit out of my control. I've said it in other interviews. I think in a normal soccer market, I would have already had a chance in the first division. You know, if you're talking about Italy, Portugal, a coach that does constantly good in the second division or Serie B, he gets a chance in Serie A eventually. But North America doesn't work like that. It's a little bit of a system, and you need to be in the system. So my heart doesn't get anxious with what's next. I just want to be in a place where people believe in me, in a place that I'm going to be able to build, going to be able to be there at least 3 years, you know, to put my blueprint in. And I'm very focused on what I have to do next, and very calm with what's coming next. My biggest concern now is to book my plane, to go home, and to be with my kids and my wife.
So lastly, Marc, stability obviously is key for you and your family. You mentioned to spend maybe 3 years with the next club you sign on with. Look, we know what happened in Ottawa. We know here in San Francisco. How important is it to get in with the next club that has a history, that's been established for a long time, and has owners that really, really believe in your vision and you believe in their vision?
You said it right. It's important that it's a club that has been here for a little bit now, and it's important that it's an owner that has the passion to make soccer grow. And that's what I'm looking for.
Marc, I can't thank you enough for making time. Congratulations again. I don't think you realize the scope of success and how much confidence people up here in Canada have in your coaching abilities and how much people want to see you at that next level. Whether it's MLS, Europe, or South America, people continuously talk about Marc Dos Santos needs to be given that shot. So we're here. We're going to continue to say that because you've done everything in the right way and you've shown time to me and many others in the media. Thanks again. Good luck. God bless. Enjoy the holidays with your family and continued success, my friend.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, man. Nice speaking with you guys. All the best.
That is Marc Dos Santos, class act, a proud Canadian, I might add, and a winner at every level he has shown up. Marc Dos Santos, all he does is win. Players love him. Owners love him because he gets success. And the coaches all over North America knows what he's all about. He's not a fake. He's not a fraud. He's a guy that develops. He's a guy that really believes in players and puts in systems, formations that work. That's Marc Dos Santos. That's all you can ask from your coach. And the guy keeps proving it year after year after year after year. But this, I got a feel for the guy. Here's no longer San Francisco Deltas. Gone after 1 year. And he wins a championship. It's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So thanks again to Marc Dos Santos joining us. Next, after this commercial break, a championship as well for a couple local guys. Greg Ratchetsing from Louisville City FC, goalkeeper, will join us right here on Red Card. Stay tuned.